Hi and welcome to this new timeless reading. Let's take a look at what new frequency is available for us to talk about. And it's a new frequency that's been downloaded through the solar flares and the readiness of humanity to upgrade and understand things from a higher vantage point. So it's going to be in 3 cards. The first one is the frequency itself, more details about it. The second one is what can we release in order for this to integrate more seamlessly. And the last card, the third card, is advice on how to go about it. So let's take a look at the frequency itself. And it's the 9 of Swords. Interesting. And what I'm hearing is the end of sorrow. It's as if in the previous paradigm, whether you like it or not, we were more oppressed and burdened, and we'd like to be a human experience, let's say, for sure. And it became an identity because that's what we've been getting as a legacy sometimes from our lineages, and also societally it was almost a prerequisite in a sense, but also a baseline and almost something that would be respected and implied when functioning in most structures, that you kind of had to have had a lot of difficult things to deal with and a lot of unprocessed trauma, which leads to an identity where we carry more sorrow than even is ours, because that would make us, when we're in that energy, in resonance with this amplified field on a collective level. So in a sense, even if you don't have much yourself or your own lineage, being in that vibration will make you connect to the egregore or the energy pool that the collective generated in that frequency, and makes you carry part of the burden that in a lot of cases, especially for empathic people, is way bigger than your own. So that makes you carry a much heavier weight than what you came here with or were inherited from the people around you. So that makes it a resonance, if you look at it at large, where a large chunk of humanity resonates in that energy and creates from that and has an identity in that energy. So it just keeps the cycle going of generating this type of reality. And now with this card and the reading you're looking at, it means this frequency is expiring, is what I'm sensing right now. So the level of grief and sorrow we carry collectively is about to lift. I'm hearing we're going to be released from what is no longer for us to carry. So I'm very happy to see this and hear that right now. So let's take a look at what we can release in order for this to integrate better. And the Chariot, and what I'm hearing is unnecessary pride, and it's kind of like to stop associating with that previous identity because everybody else does it, because society expects it. And you can be low-key about it in a sense that you're like, not pretending, but very consciously understanding that that is not your baseline anymore, that this is not your baseline anymore, and you kind of refuse to keep carrying what isn't yours. And no false pretense about it either, but it becomes activated by a conscious decision of not falling for that or not going for that identity anymore. So I understand it also works as a shield in some respective contexts, but that will have to go. And since you're coming across this reading, it might actually be for you specifically, as maybe the initiator of not having to feel bad about life or caring too much, and just being authentically who we are, you know. So any advice? And it's the Emperor, and what I'm hearing is be actually proud of who you are, and that should be your main axis of sovereignty, not some borrowed identity that helps you socially glide around in a dysfunctional system and social contexts. So it also, in this advice, it says self-respect. So the higher your level of self-respect, the less you feel like borrowing that identity, that heavy identity, is an interesting choice to make, because this is long-lasting, much stronger, authentic, and it will actually influence humanity in the right direction. So that's more than I was expecting, and I really hope this resonated.